He was a Giant, and he was a Cowboy. Now these two former rivals have joined forces to bring you the most insightful, perceptive, and controversial sports talk podcast in America. Former Dallas Cowboys defensive end Jim Jeffcoat locks horns with former New York Giants wide receiver Byron Williams. And now, here's Byron Williams and Jim Jeffcoat.
Good evening, and it is a good evening. The man is back. Our producer is back.
Exactly, and this is the hot month of October, man. What more can you ask? 4 weeks have gone in the NFL, and things are getting pretty good.
Yeah, and kind of shockingly, the NFC East, other than Washington, everybody in the East is playing well.
Real well.
Well. Obviously, Philadelphia is leading the league at 4-0. And also that team up in that hat you got on, New York, they're playing well. So
it's New Jersey, baby.
Playing well. Yeah. They're in New York. They don't understand they're in Jersey, but there's some things we can't change. But there's some good things going on in the league and a lot of things. The interesting thing that I find out as I look at every day the news is what's going on with the injuries.
Yeah, injuries are popping up.
Exactly. Popping up on every team.
Exactly, yeah.
For example, the Cowboys play the Rams. And I looked at the Rams stats and was shocked on how bad they're, other than Cooper Kupp. They're not playing very well. Stafford's not playing well.
He threw quite a bit of interceptions, yeah.
Yeah, and their defense is not as playing well. Jalen Ramsey might have hit the hill or something. I mean, he doesn't look good, and he might play well this week, but Jalen Ramsey is not the Jalen Ramsey we've seen the past few years.
I mean, people been going at him every game, all 4 games that he done played this year.
Yeah. Now, the one player that I've seen that is playing at a high level is Aaron Donald. He's still playing. He's trying to take the game over. And that's the thing. And there's a lot of things going on in the NFL as far as play. I mean, certain teams you can see are starting to make a move to get better. Cincinnati. Yeah. Cincinnati plays Baltimore this week. So
that's going to be an interesting game. Yes.
Yeah, because if you look at it, Lamar Jackson is having an MVP year.
He came out on fire the first 4 games.
Yeah, he's playing better than he did in his MVP year, which is
I saw a stat where he threw 11 touchdowns.
Yeah. And everybody said he couldn't throw.
Yeah. So he's proving people wrong. So they might want to get ready to have a real nice contract for that young man.
Exactly. And their number one receiver is from the Dallas-Fort Worth there, Sassy, and his name is Devin Duvernay. Devin won the 100-meter dash
in
Texas.
Yeah.
Twin brother. They both went to Texas.
Yeah, and I know he have a 100-yard return, over 100-yard kickoff return too this year.
Yes, yeah. Devin doing that. And then Mark Andrews, obviously the tight end, is still a key component to that offense. And now they're getting help with J.K. Dobbins, another Texas kid from the state of Texas, is starting to show up and getting healthy.
Right.
And it's going to be a good game. Cincinnati, I would say, with DeMar Chase and T. Higgins, that I would give the edge to Baltimore myself.
It's probably going to be the game of the week because they both going to have to put up some numbers. They were saying that Jamar Chase is due for a big game, so I'm thinking that this is going to be a high-powered, high-scoring game.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Now, Marcus Peters is healthy. He almost got in a fight with the head coach last week.
Yeah.
That last play against Buffalo, where they should have kicked the field goal instead of trying to go for it.
Yeah.
And, that's something that
I think Harbaugh was saying that they just felt like they needed to go for it on that 4th down play. Yeah. And of course they did, and they ended up not throwing the ball into the end zone.
They got intercepted on that.
So yeah.
That was something. And then, that's the thing. But the thing is, like, I was saying before, Indianapolis is playing this week, and they're playing. Let me look.
And I was playing Denver.
Denver on Sunday night, is it right? Am I? No, they're.
Yeah, they play tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, Thursday night. Thursday night.
And Denver has injuries with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Indianapolis won't have Jonathan Taylor.
No, he's supposed to be playing. He's
out of the game. They said he's out.
He's out? Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the ankle injury. So
he's on my fantasy team.
Shoot, I shouldn't have said anything.
I might have to go. I got to go to my scrub side and see if I can put my back up out of
he's out for the game. I'm 100% sure they said he won't play.
You might be trying to sneak one on my fantasy team.
No, okay.
I just double check that.
I just looked at it. My fantasy team, shoot. I had Amari Cooper last week, and Amari Cooper caught one pass for 9 yards.
Well, he known to do that, so hey, that good.
Hurt me right there. That killed me on my fantasy league. And I had him up there. He got benched this week.
He got benched.
He got benched.
You're a heck of a coach. I tell you that.
Hey, if you're not producing, you out of here.
Hey, you got to give him one more chance, man. You know, at least they need to throw the ball to him at least 6 times a game. Then maybe it gets.
That's true. That's true. Now let me ask you this question, and it's a question I just have. Do you think Carolina plays San Francisco this week? Do you think Matt Rule is in trouble?
I think Matt Rule is in trouble because going into this season, he knew that this was going to be the season that he had to win a lot of games. And they have started off on the wrong foot. They 1-3, and things are not looking too good.
And then Baker Mayfield last week had 5 passes knocked down against Arizona.
Yeah. Well, they were concerned about his height going into the league.
Yeah.
And right now, on the power ranking, they rank number 30th.
But here's my question about all this, and this is the reason I'm asking you. Do you feel that Baker Mayfield, they know that he has some limitations with height? Do you think they should move him out of the pocket to give him opportunity to maybe get a clearer look at the plays instead of putting him in? He can't be a pocket player.
He's not a pocket. He's never been a pocket passer. If you stop to think about it, even when he was in college in Oklahoma and what he did with Cleveland Browns, I mean, they moved him around, and he's that type of quarterback.
So a good coordinator would design their offense to take things with his abilities,
right?
Utilize what he does well,
right?
Instead of putting him in there and trying to fit the offense like you want it, you have to find out what the player does, especially at quarterback. And I think that's what's happened with Jalen Hurts in Philly.
That's what's happening with him. And I think he worked on that this offseason, moving around. And, we talked about this last year about pocket presence.
Yes.
You got to be able, you can't hold that ball 4 seconds. I mean, a lot of times it's about the timing. And then your receivers need to be able to know the depth and the timing of the routes. I mean, it's all a timing. It's a timing deal. And if you don't get that in place, then, you're going to get the quarterback hit. And it's going to be off. The timing is all off.
Here's the interesting thing about when we talking about Hurts and everything. He's playing well. He didn't play well last week, but they ran the ball well.
It was raining. That storm came there.
That storm came through.
But you're going to get those games. And sometimes the coach used to always say, sometimes you got to win ugly.
Yeah.
And that's what they did last week. They won ugly.
Yeah.
And of course, you had the rain come in and the way the weather was, but the Jaguars are tough to beat this year.
Yeah, they are. They're playing good.
Yeah,
they're playing good. And Jaguars had them 14-0.
Exactly.
Yeah, the game. But now Philadelphia is starting to get injuries. Both their corners are injured.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean they're not going to play, but both of them are injured. They have an injury with their one of the offensive linemen, Matala, is it? And these injuries are starting to add up.
And that's every team, though. That's what you're getting going into the 5th week after 4 weeks of battle. You're going to have these injuries pop up. And sometimes you got to have the next man up. And I think Philadelphia got some pretty good backup players in some of those positions.
Supposedly do,
yeah.
especially on offense. But Philadelphia plays Arizona. They go at Arizona. I mean, Kyler Murray, you got to admit he hasn't been playing. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, has been playing pretty good, but Kyler Murray's been struggling. And one player said, former player, said all he's doing is playing street ball. And if you look at it, it is some of the stuff he does. But if you say that about Murray, you can say that about Mahomes. That play he made was
that was the play of the week. That was the play of the week.
I mean, that was crazy.
I loved it.
Yeah, but they said there's a conflict with Murray and Kingsbury because Murray wants to run the offense, where Kingsbury said, "No, I'm the coach. You run the offense that I've designed." But Murray wants to take control of it, and Murray knows that he'll be there a lot longer than Kingsbury.
Well, that's why when you play these quarterbacks, that big salary that they making now, we wrote that he signed that contract. Now he felt like he got a little bit more say so on how to run the offense and what he's accustomed to or what he's comfortable with. And I think that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge game for Arizona because Philly's no joke this year. Philly's got a lot of talent. They're playing well. And I was looking at their schedule. Their schedule is built for them to make a run.
I think this is going to be one of the toughest weeks for Philadelphia. This game coming up. Yeah, they flying out there. And I remember last year it was one of those tough games. I think when Philly played Arizona last year out there. So we'll see what happens. But I think this might be the week that that the Eagles get challenged and see if they can come out of it. Because when they went the first game of the season this year against Detroit, it was a ball out game. I mean, they scored a lot of points in order to beat Detroit.
Do you think Arizona is better than Detroit?
Oh yeah, I think Arizona is better than Detroit. I just think Detroit played good at home.
Mm-hmm.
But Detroit is the type of team now. It seems like all their games been high scoring. They've been putting up some numbers.
Arizona hasn't been playing good on defense. They've been struggling on defense. Right. Kyler Murray won that game against Vegas.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray won that just by his God-given talent.
Right.
So they did win that because of him. But there's got to be a little bit more coordination with the whole team. I mean, that's what I see. I don't see them as a unit in working offense and defense and winning games. It looks like Kyler Murray looks like an individual.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can't wait till DeAndre Hopkins get back.
Yeah.
They're going to really give a boost to Arizona.
Yeah. And they're not running the ball well. James Conner was struggling running the ball.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk about we're going to be up early in the morning, 8:30. So that's 7:30 here, huh?
Yeah.
For the New York Football Giants that play in New Jersey in the Green Bay Packers.
We're flying over across the pond.
And across the pond, playing in London.
Yep. So I'm excited about the Giants. They have a whole different approach to the game now.
Now, Green Bay Packers have one of the best defenses in the NFL.
They fly around. They play physical.
But, they just lost Kenny Holloway. He's out. He didn't even make the trip.
Yeah, his knee or something, I think, is injured.
So, and with obviously with Shepard out, Sterling Shepard, who's going to be the receiver?
Well, we got Darius?
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, Tony. We got Tony. And that number 13, the receiver, he's playing really well. Got his name. He have been playing really well. And then we got a good tight end, the rookie from out in California area.
You're gonna have to lean on Saquon Barkley more than you ever have. this week.
Yeah, we will. But I think we got a couple of receivers that can come in and do well.
Because Greenberg, Lazar's back. The receiver who played for Dallas and Houston, God, he's been in the league for a while, and he's been playing well. I watched him last week against.
Yeah, the receiver from 49ers are playing good too.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but Green Bay.
No, I'm talking about the receiver that we have with the Giants that was at the 49ers last year.
Oh, okay.
That's playing really well. So he's really been one of the most consistent receivers that the Giants have.
We're gonna need it because they're gonna have to score some points. Aaron Donald's starting to get in that groove, and those young receivers are starting to grow up.
Yeah,
they got a powerful running game.
Yeah,
they got a powerful, and Green Bay does, and they're starting to get in that groove. It'll be a tough team. So yeah.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
We have let me see. Wardell Robinson. Then we got Richie James. That's who I'm trying to remember. Richie James.
Mm-hmm.
And David Seals.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kadarius Toney. Those are the guys that are gonna step up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that
you got for them, they got obviously Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon at the running backs. Then they got Alan Lazard. Then they got Randall Cobb.
Randy Cobb. Randy Cobb. Randy Cobb. He kind of ran the gas, but he played well this past week. He made some good plays, good catches. I mean, Aaron Rodgers threw the ball to him and on a couple of key plays. Then at the end of the game, they had a pass interference that got him in the good field goal position.
Yeah, against New England. And we'll talk about New England a little later.
But New England, they was leading the whole game almost.
Yeah. Now, that's an interesting case, and we might as well talk about this week now. New England plays Detroit. Detroit at New England.
Yeah.
That is good. He should have been starting instead of Hoyer.
Yeah.
Do you know the story behind him?
No.
He was at Houston Baptist as a starting quarterback.
Oh, yeah. They talked about that.
And then he left Houston Baptist and went to Western Kentucky.
He looked really good. Yeah, sure did. That's right.
Really good. He looked really good. This might be, I don't know how they do it, but they might have found them a diamond in the rough again.
That's what I like about Bill Belichick. You know, he find players that's a diamond in the rough, and they come in and
this kid might be it.
Yeah, and that's what's exciting about it. Yeah, I saw that he was at Houston Baptist, man. That was an amazing story.
Yeah, that's a Division II.
Yeah.
I mean,
that just goes to show you, man. All this
Division II is a Division I AA.
AA. It's all about opportunities and about you having your confidence and ensure that you can go in and do the task at hand.
Yeah, and that kid did it. He did it. He came in, and the stage wasn't too big for him.
Right.
So that was pretty impressive. But Detroit has got some injuries. They lost their star receiver, St. Brown, and they lost the running back. And now the possibility they're going to lose the tight end who had a tremendous game.
You know, when you talk about the Bills and the Patriots, when people go up there to play those teams, it's hard to beat them at the home field.
It is.
So Detroit gonna be a tough game for Detroit. I mean, they should have beat Green Bay last week.
Yeah.
Which one? They went in overtime on that game. And I tell you what, Belichick, he the type of guy can.
Well, it wasn't Green Bay because Green Bay played New England.
Yeah, what I'm saying, the Green Bay played New England. I'm talking about New England.
Oh, okay, New England. I thought you were talking about Detroit.
No, I'm talking about Detroit. I'm talking about Green Bay. Patriots should have beat New England. Should have beat Green Bay. They was in the game the whole time.
Yeah, they were.
But I'm just saying, Detroit. It's gonna be a hard task for them to go out there and beat New England Patriots, even though.
Everybody was saying that they were the pick to possibly sneak in the playoffs. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I learned the problem with Detroit is they got to learn to win.
Yeah, and they trying to outscore everybody. Yeah. They got to learn to win. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I'm happy for Jared Goff because everybody wrote him off for dead, and he's still playing well. So
he's playing real well. He seemed like he picked the head up, and he's say, "Hey, I'm gonna roll with the punches."
Yeah, he's got some people beat up on it. Another game that's interesting to me is Los Angeles Chargers against the Cleveland Browns. And a lot of people are picking Cleveland to win this game.
Yeah, they go to Cleveland.
Actually, I'm going to stick with the Chargers on this one, I think.
Well, that's the team that I really like from the beginning of the season because they have had some injuries, but I like their defense. I like what they did with their defense, and I like Justin Herbert, man. He's a proven. He's gonna be. This is his third year, and I'm telling you, if he can get healthy, I know he got real problems right now.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that Cleveland better be able to play a perfect game to beat them.
Yeah. Do you know that not Jacoby Brisket, but Joey Bosa is out for 8 to 10 weeks with a groin injury.
Yeah, I saw where he's at. That really hurt their defense.
Yeah, that hurts their defense a lot because premier pass rusher losing him, and that's going to hurt them. And it'll be interesting to see if Mari Cooper can bounce back and get in the back of my starting lineup.
Well, we need to.
Yeah, one that's not for a big time receiver. Only catch one pass the whole game for 9 yards.
Do you think Cleveland just holding on to Deshaun Watson get ready to come back?
Yes, but the problem is they might be in trouble by time because right now the worst one of the worst divisions in the NFL is the AFC North.
Yeah,
Cincinnati's leading it with 2-2.
Yeah, Cleveland are 2-2. It's a lot of good teams 2-2. The Chargers are 2-2.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are 2-2. 49ers are 2-2. The Rams are 2-2. Yeah. The Bengals are 2-2. I mean, the Ravens are 2-2. You just go down that list. It's a team that's 2-2. The Titans are 2-2.
Yeah.
So
the Titans had a big win last week.
Even Seattle is 2-2.
Yeah. I know.
But the New York Football Giants is 3-1.
3-1. And how about them Cowboys?
They 3-1.
3-1.
I think they just scared of Tom Brady.
They must be. I can't argue with you. But here's the thing. They haven't allowed the team to score over 19 points in a game.
Their defense, I have to take my hats off to their defense.
But this is what I get afraid of watching them. Is they can't stop the run. They're really good against the pass, but last week Washington ran the ball.
They ran the ball, yeah.
Yeah, all it was a stretch play.
Yeah.
And a stretch play means that they were running to off tackle.
Right.
And stop it.
Yeah. And well, DeMarcus Lawrence, is he injured? Is he hurt?
His foot. But it wasn't him. It was they ran it opposite of him most of the time. They tried it a couple of times. And Micah Parsons is a little beat up. So
yeah.
He's a little beat up. But
he been having to play hard, so he give it his all. I like him.
I like him a lot, but it's hard to say at this point that he's the next LT.
No, you can't put him there yet. Exactly.
No,
yeah.
Because he has to do it on a consistent basis. Now he has done some things that puts him in that category, but like LT said, he's got to do that for 13 years.
Yeah, he got to do that for a while.
Which LT did.
And LT was always unanimous Pro Bowler. He go to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Speaking of that, they've changed the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I saw that. They changed the Pro Bowl.
It's skills. What did you think of that?
Gonna be more skill set. If they do anything, it'll be flags.
Yep.
And that's why I'm starting the Texas Flag League. I'm gonna start promoting flag football, and which it's all about competition, but it's still you're talking about the NFL, you talk about tackle football.
Yeah, but here's the issue I have with all this is what do you do with the offensive linemen and defensive linemen?
Yeah, that's what you have to think about. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I said. Is it fair to them? They're not going to be doing the flag football. They have something else for them. But what kind of skill you're going to have them do? You're not going to have them doing sprints. You're not going to have them doing routes.
And it's kind of like the combine. Just think about the combine. The linemen don't get a fair chance in the combine.
Exactly.
So
that's my concern about this.
This is what me and you need to do. We need to do a brain tank to think about what's best for the lineman to do.
Exactly. I agree with you. Yeah.
And not necessarily doing bench press. How many?
That's
times.
what I don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to do more football type of competition drills that these linemen can do. Maybe some quick feet. Some I don't know. We can come up with some stuff.
Catch punts.
Catch punts, and who can catch it? Who can catch it 30 yards down the field?
Yeah, that's right. Stuff like that. You're gonna have fun. You might as well have fun.
Yeah, just have some fun.
But how do you sell that to the average fan? My question. The Pro Bowl wasn't very popular, but how do you sell this new skills and the way they're going to format it?
Well, I think you have to have some type of scoring system in place where if a guy score 100 points, then he's this type of level. If a guy score 80 points, he's at this type of level. I think you got to put some type of scoring system in place.
I could see that. I could see that. But
because some players are going to be stronger than others, and then some players can be quicker than others. Some people can do the agilities, and who can jump rope 100 times without stopping. Things like that, you might have to put in place. And it might be one of those things where players have to really put their mind to competition, and you can see their true skill sets. I don't know. But you really can't base that off of what they do on the football field in a tackle situation, because it's a whole different case scenario.
Yeah. And that's my point.
Just think about you, though, Jim. You were one of the best defensive linemen that can catch. You have a lot of guys that couldn't catch, but you can catch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't too many guys can catch and then run after the catch.
Yeah.
You was good at that.
Yeah. And this is going to be interesting what they do with the linemen. That's what I want to see, because I understand what they can do with the skill, like the. We can put something together. You and I, like, for example, you have to run through some type of defensive course, exactly,
for dominance, and then get to the tackling position where the quarterback will be in a timely manner, and then maybe we have a mud puddle out there where they have to run in the mud. You know what I'm saying? Something that really define.
That's good for the defense lineman. What about the offensive lineman?
Offensive linemen have to do some grass drills like they did up in Green Bay back when Vince. It's a lot of things that we can come up with, I think, that can define how good and what type of agility and what kind of skill set our offensive lineman can have.
We'll start brainstorming on that.
I think you should put something together like that.
Yeah, we'll start brainstorming on that.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that they're going to definitely change the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that is. But it's because the interest in it wasn't very much. So, yeah. So let's get back to the games. Pittsburgh goes to Buffalo. It is the Pickett era.
Kenny Pickett, they put him in there.
I wouldn't want to do that in Buffalo.
You throwing him to the wolves.
Yeah, you are throwing him to the wolves.
And Buffalo, the way the wind blows, just depending on what the temperature is like, hey, you got to be a complete minded, physical minded, mature minded player to go up in Buffalo and play them Bills.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. He is getting inaugurated in the worst condition, but I guarantee you that Pittsburgh will play hard. They like it, and they followed the kid. And I know the kid came in later and threw 2 interceptions, but he also threw 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
It's something that some kids have that, and maybe this is the way to go. Maybe they take their lumps this year, and the kid comes back and becomes a star if he doesn't get beat to death.
Well, their offense hasn't been productive, so
No, they haven't.
I can see that they got to do what they need to do to see if they can make some change in the momentum. And they 1-3. It's and teams 1-3 is not in a good position to go to the playoffs.
No, they're not. So you're right. So, I mean, I don't have any problem with it, but I think, this is going to be a big day for Josh Allen. Josh Allen is my quarterback on my fantasy team.
Josh Allen finna put up some numbers.
Ooh, I hope so. Because I'm going to need them.
But I think, too, Pittsburgh got to play better.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And nobody – I think you said it, but most people didn't imagine losing T.J. Watts affected them as much as it did. And now –
He won the first game. The only game they won, he won the game for them.
Yeah. And Mika Fitzpatrick is hurt now too.
Yeah. So. And I want to say this. This is the first time that I have seen the Jets power rating better than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Can you believe that?
They 2-2. The Jets are ranked 27. Pittsburgh ranked 28 out in the power ranking.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
This is crazy. So let's keep moving on. We got Chicago versus at Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to get after them.
Minnesota 3-1. They ranked about 14th, but Kirk Cousins is doing his job.
Well, if it's in the day, Kirk Cousins does it.
I had to say that because I know how you feel about Kirk Cousins. But I just think that Kurt is ready. He got his weapons. He got Justin Cooper. He got Thielen. I mean, they fired up.
Yeah, they are.
And what I like about the Vikings, though, their new style of offense is really have improved. I think it was going to take 3 to 4 weeks to get them well-oiled machine. I think now is they done fine-tuned that well-oiled machine.
Yeah. But the thing about Minnesota is they're not running the ball much. Dalvin Cook, he don't look like he's his old self. But maybe this might be a game to kind of get him going. He dislocated his shoulder 2 games ago, and he didn't look good. He definitely didn't look good in the when they were over in London.
Yeah.
He didn't look good over in London.
Well, that ride over that long flight.
Yeah, and I know Jason is a huge Minnesota fan.
Come on, Vikings.
Yeah, I think the Vikings. You got Justin Jefferson, don't you? Isn't he one of your guys?
No, I ain't got Justin Jefferson. I wanted him so bad he was gone.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson was gone. But he had a heck of a game this past weekend.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a talent.
Yeah.
He's a talent.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about Detroit, New England. New England's starting a new quarterback in Zappy.
Zappy. Yep.
I still like New England over Detroit.
Yeah. I got a check mark by the Patriots.
Yeah. Seattle at New Orleans.
I like Seattle now.
I like them in this game because I think New Orleans is – if you got Andy Dalton as your starting quarterback, you got some issues.
And Mike, one of the players for the Seahawks, he was the 3rd-round draft choice out of UT San Antonio, is Wooden. He's from Fort Worth, and he came to my football camp. So me and him are buddies on Facebook and all that. And his dad named Jerome Wooden. I've been knowing that family, so I'm kind of rooting for him. He was nominated as one of the defensive players of the week as a rookie, and I had to vote for him yesterday. But number 27, he really came in, and the only rookies that started on the Seattle Seahawks team.
We thought that Seattle was going to be fighting for the number 1, and they still might for the number 1 draft pick.
Right.
And, that's kind of shocking what they're doing with Geno Smith. So
yeah, but Smith, you know what? I was talking to Matt before we came on the show today, and I was saying the one thing I can say about Geno Smith, he done seen enough. He done probably laid back and seen enough, so his mindset for us, how he look at the game a little bit different, which have helped him. And now he's playing pretty good. He's playing well.
He is playing well. If Seattle is playing better than I ever anticipated.
Yeah,
I was surprised they beat Denver, they beat Detroit.
Yep.
I didn't think they were very good, and they probably aren't, but they're competing.
Yeah, they're competing, and that so far that's been a surprise, one of the surprise team.
Yeah. Okay, we got Miami at New York.
The Jets.
The Jets. And Robert Salaya and Mike McDaniels were on the same staff
at
Houston. Did you know that? At the Texans.
I kind of knew that they was they're familiar with each other. I heard that they were.
And they are familiar with each other. Miami just got, even with Tua out, they just have too much talent in those receivers. Your guy, Jalen Waddle, and obviously
but you know what? What I like about the Jets, they are playing hard. And they played hard last year.
Yeah.
And I think too, we finna check and see what kind of secondary the Jets have.
Yeah, they got rookies starting.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner and the other, I forgot who the other, but can they put enough pressure on the quarterback?
From Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
Look
him up real quick. He's been around the league. He started at Denver before he got hurt last year, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Yeah, he
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Teddy.
So, and then they're gonna have to also stop Raheem Mostert, because they do have a pretty good running game. So
yeah, they do.
So that's gonna be. I'm gonna go with Miami. I just think Miami got.
You gonna go with Miami?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Jets.
You gonna go with the Jets?
Yeah, at home.
I just think Miami.
I think Miami beat them at home. I think it's gonna be a split between them this year. So I'm getting this game to the Jets.
I still gotta go with Miami. I don't think they can stop Tyreek Hill and Waddle. One of them always goes off.
Yeah, they both go off here lately.
Yeah. Okay. Atlanta at Tampa Bay.
Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Man, Atlanta have been playing tough. They've been in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, their receiver core is injured.
Yeah, they're decimated with it. Guys are coming back. Godwin will be back this week. Mike Evans is back.
Yeah, but I do think Brady, he ain't gonna have no bad game. He ain't gonna have no two bad games. And I think
he's got a couple of, I think he had his finger and something else. Maybe it was his shoulder.
Yeah, it's his shoulder. His shoulder and finger. Yeah, exactly. But I think he's so competitive that he got to win this one. With all the news that's making with them getting their lawyer and all that type of stuff. I think Tom Brady will be off the chain this week.
It's a tough one.
Who you going with?
Tampa.
Okay.
I'm going with Tampa, but it's going to be a tough one. Tennessee versus Washington.
You know what? All Tennessee got to do is get a ball to Derrick Henry and let him win that game.
Yeah, but they held the Cowboys on the running game. The passing game is what hurt them. And they lost Traylon Burks. They put him on IR.
Okay.
But that's where Tennessee did. But and Brian Robinson is coming back for Washington. I think Washington's problem, in my opinion, watching it, I know everybody talks about Carson Wentz, but their defense is underachieving. They are underachieving. They're not playing at a high level, and they're not making plays. They're getting – I mean, for example, last week against Dallas, Cooper Rush throws 2 interceptions, and they get 2 pass interference.
And that make him not throwing no interception for the year. Exactly.
Exactly. So I think that's the problem right now with him. And we know how much Dallas has been penalized. Dallas had like 2 penalties the whole game, and Washington had 10.
I'm getting the edge to the Titans. I don't care what you say. I just think Carson Wentz is not going to be able to do anything with the Titans.
I'm going with the Titans. I'm just telling you. I just think the problem with Washington is their defense.
But somebody did say that the reason why Washington is losing is because of the suits that they wear. So
they are bad.
They're ugly to look at. I'll tell you that.
They are ugly to look at.
Dang. They
are ugly to look at. Okay, let's go to Houston at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, man. I have to give it to Doug Peterson. He's coaching those guys up, and I think they playing some good football over there at Jacksonville.
Houston's got a running back named Damian Pierce. He is blowing up.
Yeah.
I would say I would go with you and agree with you on Jacksonville, but it ain't gonna be easy. Houston.
Well, they're at home.
Yeah, but Houston plays hard too. Lovie Smith.
Houston is at the bottom of the power list. They 0-3-1, and
0-3. Yeah, they tied one. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that Houston still got problems in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that.
Yeah. Okay, we got San Francisco at Carolina.
Man, don't nobody want to play San Francisco right now.
They lost another left tackle. And
they did. I didn't know that.
They lost another left tackle. They're on their 3rd left tackle.
Man, that's tough.
But as long as they got Debo's nothing but a bully.
Ooh, Debo, boy, he showed up.
He did. That one play. That should have been picked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Should have been picked.
And that shows you the problems that the Rams are having. That should have been picked.
That shows you also just put the ball in his hand. He capable of some impossibilities. Some things that like, wow. He got that wow factor.
We were talking about Jalen Ramsey going downhill. Did you see him try to make that tackle on Debo? He wanted none of that.
No.
Yeah. And Brandon Ayuk is playing well.
Yeah. Debo full speed now. He definitely got a different game than most guys ever seen.
Yeah, and I think it's helped them to have Jimmy G back. Man,
Jimmy G done brought so much confidence to that team. Seems like they just got the light shining over them, and they just have some whole new attitude, new spirit.
Yeah. Next game is those Dallas Cowboys at the
Rams.
Los Angeles Rams.
The Rams. I don't think the Rams ever lost 2 in a row since Sean been there. That's why I'm picking the Rams to beat them by 6 points.
6 points? The Rams have been struggling getting points this year.
Yeah, I know.
Cup. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys because this plays into what they're doing. Playing hard defense and just doing enough on offense to win. They're going to struggle like everybody else. I saw this is what was interesting, against the 49ers, there were 3 guys blocking Aaron Donald and nobody else could get home. 3 guys were blocking Aaron Donald and nobody else could get home. So that's the issues with it. And Jalen Ramsey has become a target. I think the Cowboys are going to take advantage of them because not of their offense, because of their defense. And I think as long as the Cowboys don't turn the ball over, they're going to win this game. And it'll be setting up for the following game.
I'm taking the Rams.
I'm just telling you, the Rams.
The Rams 24, the Cowboys 21.
Look at the stats.
I ain't got to look at the stats. I'm telling you now.
Rams are not playing very well on offense or defense. Matthew Stafford is not the Matthew Stafford of last year.
Well, Matthew Stafford ain't going to have the game he had last week for sure.
Cowboys 17, Los Angeles Rams 10.
All right, 21-24.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Yeah, who did the Rams beat somebody? They haven't played well this year.
They haven't played well. This is their week to get it right.
And they ain't going to be this week. And it's a short week for them, too, because they played a Monday night game, too.
No, they play Sunday afternoon at 3:25.
No, I said they played the Monday night last
week.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, they did. That's Monday.
Week, and they got a plethora of issues right now.
Yeah.
And Dan Quinn told the defense that their homework is to watch the Rams play. So McVay done got caught up in that Hollywood life.
What I like about Dan Quinn, he be in the press box like this. Got the hat backwards.
That's
right.
He
ready to go. I like that. You know, I had a chance to talk to him this year, and he's always got that ready mojo on. So he got that hat backwards. He's standing up in the press box. He's not sitting down. He's standing up.
Yeah, he coached my son. I know Dan real well.
Yeah.
Okay, Philadelphia at Arizona.
Philadelphia and Arizona. This is the week that the Eagles lose.
Wow.
I'm looking at the way I just think it's gonna be maybe a last quarter decision, but I'm gonna get the edge to the Cards.
Wow, I'm gonna go with Philly. I just think
I'm getting them 2 points edge.
I just think Kyler Murray's not playing well.
This is gonna be Kyler Murray's best weekend. This is gonna be his game this week. He's gonna be having game of the week.
I just think that he's, like I said, he's not playing well, and Philly is gonna be able to run the ball because J.J. Watts should be sitting by me watching the games. And they when they lost Chandler Jones, that hurt them, and they're really not playing well defensively enough to challenge Philly. And their receiver, other than Hollywood Brown, their receivers are not getting open.
Hollywood Brown will have a couple touchdowns. He had a nice touchdown this past week.
Yeah, he did.
And Kyler Murray just dropped that ball right on in there. Shoot.
Yeah, so
I'm taking the Cardinals.
I just think the NFC East is right now is the premier division, and I just think Philly's going to beat them.
I'm putting JJ by the Eagles and B-Dub by the Cardinals.
Yeah. Okay, Cincinnati versus Baltimore.
I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals too. I think I like that, but I wouldn't be shocked if Lamar Jackson does Lamar Jackson thing.
He might beat him by himself.
He might beat him, and that's what a lot of times he has to do is beat him by himself. And they played Buffalo tough. They should have been in overtime on that game. I'm going to go with Baltimore. Shoot, I'm going with Lamar Jackson. I can't do that. I'm going with Baltimore.
Jamar Chase going to have game of the week as a receiver.
I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Jamar Chase close to 180 yards.
Yeah.
He's going to put it on him.
I think Devin Duvernay is going to return the kickoff.
He might do that. I ain't gonna doubt that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Okay.
Las Vegas Raiders against Kansas City.
Oh man, Kansas City, they got that whoop all on everybody this year. you got to score 45 points to beat Kansas City.
The Raiders didn't score 45 points.
Who?
Indianapolis.
Yeah, they didn't. But I'm taking the Chiefs at home, and the Raiders. They got some problems.
Yeah, they do have some issues, even with Devontae Adams. Hunter Renfro's coming back this week.
He didn't do nothing before he left.
He was playing well until he got knocked out, and that's when they fumbled. He fumbled on that play.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs too.
Yeah, you got to go with them.
Yeah. Now, a couple other things since we got through all that is, what is your opinion on what's going on with Brett Favre?
Well, it was, I guess, several years ago in the state of Mississippi. It was some type of deal with some type of and these people be using players' names. I think they gave him about some money to come in and help endorse some things that they were doing with people and some type of protocol, medical protocol, and they they got the senator or the governor involved, and that's kind of what happened with him. They used his name, and of course, if you use somebody's name like Brett Favre, you got to pay him $2 or $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what happened with that, and I think a couple of people talking about it, and it hit the news.
Mm-hmm. What about? Here's my thing: is that regardless, he knew it was going on, and he took money from one of the poorest states in the union, and he took it from welfare. They took welfare money, and they did things, and then he helped. Some of this money helped build a volleyball arena for his daughter at Southern Miss, and then he also did some of it to give to the football team.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of time players be trying to give back to the community, and they want to build something for because he went to Southern Miss. But the point is, maybe they didn't explain it right to him, and maybe when they was allocating money, and then once they found out where the money was going, then it kind of got sidetracked because it was like multiple streams of sources that the money was going into, and the money didn't go because part of the money was going into research too for some medical people that having health issues and things like that. So I know part of it did go for building the volleyball part of for the university as well. But I'm thinking too that Brett Favre got a lot of things going on, and I think sometimes they didn't explain some where the money was going.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know about this. This is, something about this is not right because he had to know what was going on, to me, and that's just my opinion on it.
But sometimes people are sometimes people are booking his appearances and things like that, and so I don't know if they directly were dealing with Brett Favre or they were dealing with his representatives.
That's
that might be. That's what I was thinking. I would love to see either read more in depth about the situation, case scenario, but I definitely know that some of the money wasn't going exactly where it's supposed to be going into and what the money was itemized for.
Yeah, that's true. Now, my last question to you, because we only got about 7 minutes, is I've noticed this more than any other year, is there's a lot of blow up between players and coaches on the sideline. It happened again this week in a game where it was, I want to say it was the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the coach, they got into it. It happened with the Jets, and it's happened with Kansas City Chiefs. What do you think is contributing to this?
Yeah, and I think too, it depends on who the coach is and how long he's been there. Also depending on the age of the coach. Mm-hmm. And also depending on if that coach is the assistant linebacker coach versus the linebacker coach or defense coordinator. And I think too that these younger players are a little bit more immature and don't respect coaches like we used to respect coaches. Yeah. And I think too that it's some type of level of authority because some of these coaches they change jobs now. You got more coaching turnovers as you do a player turnover. So I'm thinking too that some of these players, and it could have been something that happened during the weekend practice.
Yeah.
Led up into this incident. So I'm thinking too that some of these players are not quite mature enough, like we was back in the day. We just respected coaches.
Oh yeah.
And that was a certain protocol that we had to do. But a lot of time now you see this blowing up on the sideline.
That's just like you said, against the University of Houston was playing Texas Tech, and the player comes off and punches another player as he was coming off the field. Stuff like that.
We didn't see much of that back in the day because I guess we had respect for each other, and there was a certain code that we honored. And you know as well as I do, Jim. You coached the on all levels, and there was just certain case things that you weren't going to try to do.
No, it's just I think I don't understand this era where, like you said, I think it's about respect.
You know what I think it is too? That TikTok thing that took it to a whole social media.
Social media, because you see stuff that I've never seen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to me is so unprofessional.
That's why a lot of people wanted their kids to play football, because it did something about having discipline
and
respect, teamwork, togetherness. Together we can accomplish more, winning championships. I mean, all of that ties in to what football was meant to happen. That's why, so many good people say, I want to hire a football player on my company, because now they know that this guy is dedicated, he's structured, and he gonna abide by the rules.
Yeah. And you're right. And that's not happening anymore at every level.
Yeah.
You see it more and more. You saw it last year down by San Antonio. Kid was mad at a call that the referee made, and he went after the referee and knocked him out.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we talked about that.
Things like this is happening not just on the pro level, college level. It's happening in high school.
Yeah.
The respect for the game and the people that are involved in the game.
Yeah. And two, another thing too, I mean, of course the salaries with these players, they make way more than the coaches now. And it used to be what the coaches, it was just something that you grew up knowing that he's a coach, I'm a player, and we have our respect for each other. And this is my, perspective on how I'm supposed to act and what my expectations are. And then the head coach needs to be involved in making sure that this don't happen in the team.
Exactly.
Especially on a big field, on the stage where, the cameras are everywhere, and they're catching every little thing that's happening.
That's true. And you're right, because now with the cameras everywhere, they see things that normally wouldn't have been seen.
Exactly.
You do have an excellent point there.
Yeah.
Because you see it more and more. And it's just, it's on TikTok, it's on Twitter, and things of that way.
It's about the hits, how many people that watched it and all that.
That's exactly right.
Another thing too, you see this guy running out there on the football field with that.
Yes. And Bobby Wagner. I was afraid for Bobby Wagner, and I'll tell you why. Was because if he would have really hurt that guy, that guy could have sued him.
Oh yeah, he could have broke his jaw.
Yeah.
That's just like running across the middle. We're talking about running.
Exactly. He hit him pretty good. I saw it on Twitter.
you know how hard them linebackers hit the defensive end. Yeah. You know how they crush it. They crush bones. They crush bones.
And then
you know what? Yeah. That's a good example that you shouldn't be running out there. You got what you wanted. You shouldn't be running on the football field in the first place.
And another guy was trying to run out there. They caught him before he got out there.
Okay.
But that's crazy. Why Bobby hit him, and Bobby was in full pass. I'm surprised he didn't hurt that guy. I was
just thinking too, like if you remember Lawrence Taylor breaking Joe Theismann's leg.
Oh yeah.
When you get hit by a linebacker, you might not want to even think about it.
Oh my goodness, you're telling the truth. And then there was another player on the Rams, Tack McKinney, who originally tried to get him first, and he missed him.
Yeah, he missed him. Yeah.
And he finished him.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I went to the Texas Rangers game, and I saw that number 99 get that 62 home run. Congratulations to Aaron Judge. with the Yankees. And man, it was a lot of Yankees fans there, so I got a chance to see that. So I'm excited, and congratulations, Aaron, for what you did.
Yeah. Well, real quick, we got to go. We'll see you next week. Enjoy having you here. We got to get back.
Go Giants. Go Giants.
Go Dallas.
Y'all have a great week. We'll see you.
All right. See you next week. Thank you, Matt.